Hey guys, Thogden here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, we're moving on to game week 22 of our Premier League predictions, aren't we, Dad?
We are, and those footballers must be knackered by now, Theo.
The next game week is literally a few days away. I don't know how they do it, but I'm not complaining, am I?
And I'm not, but one of the footballers is Ben Foster, the guest last week. 4 points. I got 4 points, you got 3 points.
Hey, but usually you say the lowest one first.
I tricked you.
Oh, for God's sake, that's not fair, Thogdad. What are we doing overall then?
Overall, guess 116. 130, 142.
I'm done. And by the way, I saw a few comments saying, how do you get the points? Basically, you get 1 point for win, draw, loss correct, and 3 points for the exact score. That's how we go. We were thinking about guests. You know, we've had Goldridge, we've had Ben Foster. How do we top that? It's literally not possible now. Like, there's no one else to go for.
Well, what I want today is a big guest.
Okay. So, do you want me to get a big guest?
Yeah, go on.
How about Pieface?
No way.
Do you know who he is?
Of course I do. The Plymouth legend, Pieface. No, you're joking me, Theo. Who've we got, really? Go on.
No, I'm serious. We got Pieface on.
Brilliant.
People didn't believe me in the stream when I said.
Oh my goodness.
We got him on. He's
It gets
here.
better and better, eh, Theo?
The Plymouth legend.
Hey.
How are you, son?
Mr. Thogden, Mr. Thogdad, how are we doing, guys? I hope we're well. Excuse the mess, by the way. I've got a lot of stuff to try and sort out in here. Thank you very much for having me on Premier League predictions. I'll probably get everyone wrong.
Right, go on. What's the first game?
The like target. We've got Pieface today.
Okay.
So I want 12,000 likes.
What are you doing?
Big guest, big like target.
Fine. Try it, but it's not going to hit.
Let us start with Sheffield United against West Brom, 20th against 19th. Now, this has got to be one of the biggest games of the week. Sheffield United, 2 wins in 4 games. Can they stay up, Theo? The miracle.
Dad, Brighton are currently beating Spurs 1-0. We're in like the 90th minute right now.
Oh, no way.
Because when we're filming this, Brighton are extending the relegation survival gap.
Oh,
so these
goodness.
2 teams could be screwed. They're both down there, they're playing each other. It's not going to help them, is it?
But what about West Brom with Big Sam? Is it impossible, Theo?
Listen, Big Sam's never been relegated, but it's never been a worse situation. And he's probably never had such a bad team as he's got this year. I've got to be honest. How the hell Romain Sawyers is still starting for West Brom blows my mind. He's just not good enough for the Premier League.
Wow, that's a big statement. But you know what? I'm going to come up with another big statement. Sheffield United 2, West Brom 1. You're going to win it.
Their 1-0 loss to City was their 20th loss in the last 24 Premier League games. And you're backing them to win.
I believe in the greasy chip butty. I believe in Sheffield United 2-1.
Well, I tell you what, Dad, the last 4 games they've played, they've picked up 6 of their 8 Premier League points. So they are improving, but they're playing West Brom. And the thing is, Big Sam is not going to allow himself to drop points at Sheffield United. So I want to go Sheffield United 1, West Brom 1. And you know who that West Brom goal will go to? Pereira. He's scored 4 of their last 6 goals. Big Sam's bringing the best out of him. I can't see a winner. It's too tight at the bottom of the table. But over to the Plymouth Argyle fan, our special guest, Pieface.
What we got here? Sheffield United, West Brom. Massive game, actually. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Sheffield United. I fancy them.
Wolverhampton Wanderers 14th against Arsenal in 10th. And what's going wrong with Wolves? 2 points in 5 games, Theo.
Everything's going wrong. Every lose they get, like the 1-0 Palace loss and stuff like that, you realise how much they miss Raul Jimenez. I know I say it again and again, because it's true.
Yeah, it's true that it's really quite shocking. But Arsenal, on the other hand, Smith Rowe, what a game he had last week.
Yeah, great game. And Martin Odegaard's coming now, so a little bit of competition around the squad as well. Hey, that improves the players. A bit of competition can make them both go up there. Arteta's got his creative options now. It's not like the start of the season when he missed one.
Absolutely. I'm going to go straight to the result. Wolves 0, they can't score. Arsenal 1.
You're just saying they're not going to score Wolves again?
Yeah.
Why? Because
they haven't got any strikers.
Yeah, okay. What about Willian Jose? All I'm saying about him is, they've only played 1 game. If he gels into the tactics and bags a goal, it will be after the 50th minute. You want to hear a stat? His last 9 goals at his old club, right? 8 of them were after the 50th minute. It all depends whether Saka, Aubameyang and Tilly are back in the team, Dad. Because I reckon if they played in the United 0-0, they might have won. That game was there for the taking for Arsenal. So, coming into this, I don't think they'll drop more points. I don't know. I feel like they're going to sneak a win. Because a win would put them above Tottenham and Chelsea. So I'm going to back them. Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. And the goal scorer is going to be Smith Rowe.
Ooh.
Even though Odegaard might replace him, he's going to score, I'm telling you.
Now, the most famous thing from Devon used to be this, but it's now Pieface.
Wolves, Arsenal. Arsenal, not in bad form. Wolves aren't the greatest. I'm going to go for an Arsenal away. I'm throwing this out there 3-0 Arsenal. Very controversial. Probably be miles off, but that's what I'm saying.
Manchester United in second against Southampton in 11th, but Man United have got 1 point from the last 2 games. Has the Man United bubble burst, Theo?
Oh, you're making a Goldbridge reference to what you said about Villa. I see what you did there.
Sorry, Mark.
Well, you could be talking about whether the Saints bubble has burst. Ooh, 3 losses from the last 3.
I know.
Villa, Leicester, and they had a loss to Arsenal as well. Now, I know they're all decent teams, and they're all, not bad, but they're playing Man United. So it's not like they're playing an easy team here. They're playing a team that were in a Premier League title race until recently, I would say. Yeah, probably not anymore. But I think Man United are going to bounce back. They're not going to mess up another game. Ole will get it going again. And I think a Bruno masterclass is badly due.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually go this many games without a really solid game. So I reckon it will come now. Being at Old Trafford, Man United 2, Southampton 0. What do you reckon?
Ollie's at the wheel. Man United 2, Southampton 0. Oh, you copied me again.
Copied me. I said it first, you man. Now over to Pieface, a man that quickly subbed Pogba off on the team. Luckily, we're talking about real life. Let's see if United can get the result. Does he back them?
Man United, Southampton. United, they're not scoring, but I do think, even though Southampton will be a tough game, I think they'll come back with a bang. I'm going to go 3-1 to Manchester United.
Over to the northeast for Newcastle in 15th against Crystal Palace in 13th. Both teams won last week. And Newcastle, Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, John Joe Shelby, you were all brilliant.
Yeah.
Steve Bruce in, eh?
Dad, you were the one who backed Steve Bruce when everybody else said he should go. Are you the one? I mean, talk about it. Bragging rights, surely.
I think I'm just fishing with the Newcastle fans there. But
you tell you what. You got it right.
I did. Newcastle the last 2 weeks have been excellent. They were unlucky to lose to Leeds and they smashed Everton. That is a great result.
Great result. And Everton keep beating the big teams and then bottling it against the lower. I don't know what it is with Everton, but we'll get onto them later on. Newcastle are back. And I think in this Palace game, after Palace beat Wolves, I think they'll both settle for a draw. So I'm going to go 1-1. Callum Wilson definitely to score. He's on fire, isn't he?
He certainly is. Now, last week I did loads of boring 1-1 draws. I'm not doing that again today. Okay. Newcastle will win. Steve Bruce will win 1-0. Sorry, Palace.
You love backing Steve Bruce.
Now over to the man who puts the big into Big Brother. Oh, can I say that?
I'm saying Newcastle, Crystal Palace, 1-0. To the Magpies. We'll have a little bit of Alisson Maximan.
And now for a Lancashire derby between Burnley in 16th and Manchester City in first. Now Burnley lost, of course, to Chelsea, but 8 points clear of the relegation zone, Athea.
And at home, they've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're very difficult to be at home. Simple as that. And they're back there. Do you think they can pull out results somehow against City?
Well, let's wait and see. But City, what's Pep going to do apart from annoy all the FPL managers?
You didn't have to bring that up, Thogdad.
I'm sorry.
I had Cancelo, John Stones and Raheem Sterling. And they all didn't play a minute. Not one played a minute.
That is the problem with City.
I could go on forever, but this is a Premier League predictions video. You feel my pain if you had the same problem with... Whatever. Let's hope they play this game. Listen, Burnley stopped the unbeaten run against Liverpool. There's always been a Liverpool City Premier League title race. Yeah. Can they beat City?
No.
Why?
They're just not good enough. And City at the moment are incredible. Whichever team they pick, I'm going Burnley 0, Man City 2.
Okay, well, last time they played at Etihad, which is definitely a lot different, but they beat them 5-0, right? City smashed them.
Yeah.
So coming into this, I've actually written down the exact same. I know it's boring. I've gone with Burnley 0, City 2. Because I just feel the same thing. And I do feel a Gabriel Jesus masterclass. I think he's going to have a really good game. He's definitely going to score at least 1. Maybe do something else. If you've got him in fantasy, good call. Since there's been no De Bruyne, it's not been a problem for City. They've been winning all their games. But it might be a problem for Pieface. He still hasn't packed his team of the year. Over to him.
Burnley, Man City. Now, Burnley at home probably will provide a bit of a challenge to Man City at home. But I fancy City in a 2-0 win. I don't think they'll score too many. I feel like Burnley will be resilient, but I do fancy Man City to win.
Now back to London for Fulham against Leicester, 18th against 4th. Now Fulham drew again. But can they get anything from Leicester, who did slip up to Leeds, didn't they?
Draws are better than losses, Dad. Vardy, when he's not playing for Leicester, they look a bit of a mess. It's not a great result losing 3-1 to Leeds, especially considering you beat them 4-1 early on the season.
Now Fulham must have been disappointed with a 2-2 draw to West Brom, Theo.
Yeah, they would have been, but they're building up results. They lost 3 before, recent form 2 draws. And let's not forget, when they played this fixture at the King Power Stadium, Fulham beat them 2-1, and it kind of bounced back their form, and they don't win many. So you know what, I'm going for a big statement here. Fulham 1, Leicester 0. I think.
Oh my goodness.
Why not?
That is what we call a big statement. I'm going for Fulham 1, Leicester 2.
Oh, he's gone the opposite way. Yeah. But which way does Pieface go for?
Fulham, Leicester again. I just think Leicester will be too strong for Fulham. 2-0 Leicester is my prediction for that one.
Back up north now for Leeds in 12th against Everton in 8th. And Patrick Bamford, when you're on my bench, you always score, mate. What are you doing, Theo?
Well, I saw Bamford absolutely weeks ago, and I thought that was the right decision.
Yeah.
But after getting like, what, 1 goal and 3 assists or something crazy like that? After getting 1 goal, 2 assists, actually, let's not talk about it. I'm fuming. I saw Jack Harrison too. We won't even get started with that. I'm just going to forget Fantasy Premier League.
Brilliant by Leeds, but Everton must have been very disappointed losing at home to Newcastle, Theo.
Yeah, what I've realised with Leeds, right, they seem to do really well in their away games, high scoring, all of that. At home, they seem to be more low scoring. If they win them, they're usually like 1-0, especially recently. So I get the feeling they won't be incredible coming to this game. Everton need a result because they should have done better. Everton seem to do better against the bigger teams, and it's weird. So coming into this, I feel like they're on form away from home. Ancelotti needs a win. They've got 4 wins and 1 draw from the last 5. I'm going to back the Toffees. 2-1.
Wow, that is a big shout. With Leeds, it's just guesswork these days.
Yeah, it really is. It's
you
crazy.
win 1, you lose 1. You win 1, you lose 1. Leeds United 2, Everton 1.
Wow, so we're going opposites again.
We are. Uncle Stuart's going to be very, very pleased. Now, over to a man who likes pies and has got a nice face.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I know.
Leeds Everton, got some good games. I'm going to go in the Leeds Everton match for a 1-1 draw. I know obviously the home effect doesn't really play too much, but it still saves some travel, etc. So I'm going to go Leeds 1-1.
Aston Villa in 9th against West Ham United in 5th, and Villa won thanks to a linesman's flag, didn't they, Theo?
That decision blew my mind. The fact that Danny Ings wasn't given that goal, it was so close. If I was VAR, I would have actually let the goal stand. Because it was so close. I didn't even think it was offside.
I know, but Martinez got me lots of FPL points, so I'm not complaining.
That's why I'm complaining, because I sold him.
I know.
Oh,
but West Ham lost to Liverpool. But, you know, both teams have been really good this season, haven't they?
Yeah, overall this season they've both been on form, and Goldbridge said the Villa bubble was going to burst, and they went and beat Southampton 1-0. So honestly, who can read this game? Coming into it, they're both on form. I reckon they'll both take a point, to be honest. I was about to go for a Villa win, and I do think it could happen with the form Grealish and Barkley are in. But then I looked at West Ham, and I know they lost 3-1 to Liverpool, but it's Liverpool and they're back on form. And I do think coming into this game, they'll both take a point. So a 1-1 draw.
Oh, that is really dull. I hate it when people go for 1-1 draws there.
Okay, so what?
I think it's going to be 1-1.
Oh, exactly. I knew you'd do that. This is going to be Jesse Lingard's debut for the Hammers as well. So I think they'll add a bit of a spice to their attack. And maybe they'll get a goal from somewhere. So yeah, 1-1 draw. Can it be a triple 1-1 draw? Let's see what Pieface goes for.
Villa West Ham, I'm actually going to go for a 2-2 draw. Both sides very exciting to watch this year. Both playing great football. And as a Premier League neutral, I like watching them both. And
Spurs. And now for Liverpool in 3rd against Brighton in 7th.
Dad, Brighton won Tottenham now.
Oh no way!
Oh my God, it's just Brighton have just beaten Tottenham, Dad.
Wow. Then this is 2 teams who lost last week. But Theo, I'd like a moment's silence, please, because we just have to remember how good Mo Salah is. That goal today, both of them. Brilliant, I think.
Well, the first one was a great finish. The second one was just brilliant from Trent, Shaqiri and Salah. That was just such a good counter-attacking goal. Everything was perfect. That Salah touch and finish for the second goal. Stupendous. Confectionery. No, Salah's a baller and he's back on form. He's going to score again, I'm telling you that right now. Listen, I know Brighton have just turned over Tottenham. Trossard, well in, mate. I can't see them turning over Liverpool as well. Is that a little bit too much to ask for? Brighton fans, let me know in the comments. The survival gap is a bit mad now, so going into the other relegation games, they'll be hating it. But Brighton will be safe this year, but I'm going to go Liverpool 2-0.
Yeah, and also for Liverpool, I thought Nat Phillips at centre-back, the Bolton boy, was really good. Liverpool seem to be turning it around and winning 3-1. So you know what? I'm going to go for 3-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
And Pieface, I've got a little Thogdad fact for you.
Okay.
My great-granddad used to play for Plymouth and once scored 5 goals in 1 game. What's going to happen in this game, Jack?
Liverpool-Brighton. I fancy Liverpool to win that. I think Brighton might, a bit like Burnley, give up some resilience, bit of resistance. So I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
And finally, a London derby. Tottenham Hotspur in 6th against Chelsea in 7th.
Big one.
And talking of goals, Marcus Alonso, the ex-Bolton guy. What a goal, Theo.
Incredible. He kneed it up and volleyed it into the back of the net. I was not expecting that.
To be honest, I forgot about him. He only played 3 times this season before that day.
I know, the Tuchel effect, and that was a good game. I thought Chelsea created a lot of chances.
Yeah.
Mason Mount was very good. Some of the finishing was poor, but then the defenders, Azpilicueta and Alonso, decided we'll score the goals for you, Aethea.
Someone needed to open the scoring under Tuchel's regime, and it was the defenders. The captain at first, I mean, who else to do it but Azpilicueta in a back 3 to get a lovely finish, by the way.
Yes,
Hudson-Odoi took the man in, played it off, it was really good. Alonso's goal was stupendous as well. The defenders! And now we need to see some forward score. Werner and Abraham, they're knocking on the door, mate. Maybe this is the moment in this game.
Certainly. Well, I've written down 1-1, but I'm going to change it here and now after that latest Tottenham result. I'm going to say Spurs 1, Chelsea 2. I believe in Thomas Tuchel.
I'm really upset because I've got written down a Chelsea win.
Oh.
And you've just taken away my points.
Sorry about that.
You mug. I'm fuming. Well, Dad, listen, the last time they faced at White Hart Lane in the Premier League, it ended 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go for the exact same. 2-0 Chelsea, Tuchel, masterclass to kick things off in the big games. I'm sorry, Spurs fans. Without Harry Kane and the way you've been playing, just lost to Brighton, for example, the game before that, I just can't back you until Kane is fit. So yeah, I'm backing Tuchel. I'm backing Chelsea. And over to Pieface for not just the last, but probably the biggest game in this game week.
Spurs, Chelsea, Tottenham 3, Chelsea 0. You heard it here first. Cheers, boys.
Right, that is going to be a huge game. I'm buzzing to stream that. We've got loads of stream. Why have you got custard out? What are you doing? You're
I'm tired. I've been doing vodka shots earlier in the streams.
I know. Lads, if you're missing the streams, get notifications on the channel. Don't just like and subscribe to the channel. Get notifications on, because then you'll get notified when we're live. And we do some funny stuff on those streams, don't we?
We do some stupid stuff, but now it's very late and we're very tired.
It's probably best you don't see it, so don't watch them. Anyway, listen, we'll be live for a lot of the games coming up. Buzzing for more Premier League football. Get your predictions in the comments. Let us know which guests you'd like on next. The Thogdad army, the TDL, is growing every day. Road to 500,000. See you all soon.